What's up, Murfreesboro music scene?
Party!
This is Jesse James, and I am representing Vanessa for the Murfreesboro music scene. And I am joined today with our featured band of the week, Red Light Angels.
Hey, thanks for having us on, man.
Thank you, man. I am joined here today with Bob, Adam, Victor, and Joel. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thanks for coming out to hang with us.
Absolutely, man. This is a great jam space, man. This is pretty awesome. This is where the magic happens, right?
Right. This is where it's happening.
Terrific, cool. So I've got about 8 questions, give or take,
Awesome.
for you guys. We always like to know the origin of the band. So could you tell us a little bit about what year that Red Light Angels was formed, who formed it, and all that fun stuff?
Yeah. I don't remember what year it was. Victor, do you remember?
Let's see. It was 4 years ago. It was 4 years ago, a couple weeks ago, that I first kind of was meeting Joel. I saw his senior recital that was, or junior recital, that was some material that would become Red Light. But I guess it was 2014, three years ago that I joined, and we had our first official lineup. So yeah, 3 years.
So 3 years. Is this the lineup that the band has always been?
No.
No?
Me
Okay.
and Vic are the only two originals left.
Okay.
We've gone through Sebastian Baltus, Clint Richardson, Jesse Rossetti, Ryan Maker. I think those are the only ones that we've gone through already. But this is the best lineup we've had. Sorry, Ryan. I know you're probably going to watch. We love you.
We love you, Ryan.
We love you, man.
This is the best, though.
And this has been a year and a half now.
Yeah, about
We've
here,
been, year and a half with this lineup.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about how the band started. Like, what was the fire behind this?
Well, I've always wanted to be in a band. I never wanted to be a solo musician. I came from Detroit down here to do music at Belmont. Plug for Belmont University. You want to be a rock star? Go there and lose all of your money. Hey! Like every college. No, but I never had a desire to be a solo artist, so I don't really know where the name Red Light Angels came from. I've had that for probably 10 years now, somewhere in the back of my mind.
Okay.
And as soon as I got out of college, I hit up a couple friends, and Victor being one of them, and I was like, let's start a band. And so we did.
So this is a Joel Victor sort of baby.
Originally,
I guess you could say
yeah.
originally.
Now it's definitely all of our babies now.
Terrific. Yeah. Very awesome. Joel, obviously you have a very distinct image. If you guys are watching
What are
right
you
now,
talking
you can.
about?
I mean, just it's probably the sunglasses.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I don't see those that much out there.
It's his underwear.
Oh, it's the underwear.
Joke's on you, I'm not wearing it.
Oh, Commando.
So what makes you guys stand out from other bands? Sound, image. What do you guys think makes you
Bob, you
unique?
want to take this one?
You start first.
I don't want to know what that means. Yeah, well, I think what makes us really stand out is not only that we're in the same caliber as musician as the other bands that we're playing with, but I feel like our stage show is something that no one else is doing right now, apart from the big dogs of Alice Cooper and Marilyn Manson doing the whole shock rock, making you want to not only listen to the music, but watch the show.
Sure.
And I think that that's kind of what's been really standing out with us, is just how we look on stage on top of our music, which people seem to enjoy as well. So
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we also bring out, a lot of energy on stage too. That
Yeah.
I believe that makes a lot of difference when we're on stage, and what people just really seem to crowd to that. Really like that a lot.
So you really draw off of the crowd, or the energy of the crowd.
Both ways, yeah.
Both
it's
ways,
yeah.
yeah.
The more we put out, the more they feed off of us, and it
Fantastic.
kind of makes it. Everybody's so excited about it. So
That's good,
have
man.
a good time up on stage.
I think a lot of bands these days need to focus on that. Like it's as much as you put out, you get back.
when we always make the joke that, three of us weren't born early enough to see all the greats in their heyday back in, the 80s, and when it was really about the show. And so we're like, well, if we can't see it, we're going to do it. So
Nice.
that's what we're trying to do.
Nice. So, what have you guys what are some highlights of your guys' career so far? You're fairly a new band, although some of you in the band have quite a bit of history in the music scene. What would you say has been your favorite show to play thus far?
Oh man, favorite show. That's complicated. Honestly, I think the New Year's show at Daisy Dukes, which was the last show at I know Ben just talked about this last week.
Right.
Daisy Dukes, great
Daisy
place.
Dukes.
It was the
Yeah.
last show we had there, anyone had there, and it was New Year's Eve. We just went crazy, smashed the
Really?
guitar, everything. That was
Smash the guitar.
Oh,
Tell us a little bit about it, because personally weren't there. So
Right.
for people that weren't there, tell us a little bit about how that show went.
Well, I mean, if you'd ever been to any Daisy Dukes show, especially from the bands that were there all the time, Red Light, Bent Vent, Transform the Tragedy, Fontaine, Safe Secrets, some of the regular bands that had come
Sure.
through there, we always just had a big party. That's all it was. The whole time, it was the best you could ever have. Total
Sure.
just underground rock and roll.
Yeah.
And that show in particular, none of us knew it was going to be the last one,
Wow.
but it was New Year's Eve. We were ready. We all came. Every band that night brought it. I don't even remember. I think we had 6 bands that night.
Yeah.
And we also did a treat for all the people that was in the audience. We invited them to come up on stage while we was playing.
Oh wow.
So that was a really great treat for them, that they,
Nice.
one time that they could actually go up there and be with the band and encounter what it's like to be up on stage, and they really, really liked that. It was a lot of fun.
Excellent.
But I mean, the party just kept going. I had a guitar that I didn't really care about, so I threw it off the stage
destroyed
and
it.
jumped on it.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, there's no pictures.
Is there
of it.
any video evidence
There's
or
none.
pictures?
I've
There's
been
none?
looking.
Really?
There's 3 photographers there. None of them got a picture of it.
Oh man.
Well, they were all too busy on stage partying with us. So.
Well, that sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's definitely, I would say, a highlight for any band's career, to play the last recorded or documented show at Daisy Dukes. If you've never been to Daisy Dukes in Nashville, Tennessee, I'm sorry for your misfortune, because you guys can attest to how much fun it is to play
Oh yeah.
at this place.
It was a blast.
Fantastic. Next question we got for you guys is, oh yeah, so I've seen on your social media that you refer to your fans as #Stripe Army. Can you give us a little bit of background about this, or what does that even refer to?
So I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but in our pictures that we got up here, you see I always wear 2 stripes across my cheek.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from. Just kind of started, and actually we've all sort of made our own makeup, almost a Kiss thing of everyone has their own. And so fans started wanting to wear the stripes, and so we would just start marking them, and then it turned into they wanted to wear Victor's makeup and Bob's makeup and Adam's makeup, and just so we kind of were like, you know what, Kiss has an army, we got a stripe army.
Okay,
So that's kind of where that came from. And I mean, our fans are incredible.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
And so anything, if they want to be part of this, we're going to make them part of this.
So it's just essentially just 2 stripes
Yep,
across
2
the face.
stripes across the face.
So if you guys are out there wanting to support Red Light Angels, Stripe Army,
Right across
just
the
straight across.
And we'll
right
be happy to stripe you if you come to our next shows
stage.
too.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you come prepared.
Oh yeah.
You come prepared
Oh,
with the paint.
Right.
Fantastic. All right. So on your social media sites, at least for Facebook, the name Red Light Angels, interestingly enough, the T in Red Light is a cross.
Go ahead.
And I personally am wondering why.
Go ahead.
Slightly confused as to why you gave it to me. I when I joined, I think it was already set up like that. Joel was the one to set up the page, and I was like, oh, cool, it's a do a little stylistic thing. I noticed it too the first time I ever saw it, and sets it apart. It makes tagging things a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Similarly, I can't tag Joel unless I put the umlauts, because he just had to be that rock and roll. But I don't know, just any little way to be kind of different, to stand out. It's just
So it doesn't have any kind of Christian undertones or anything like that. It's just basically to sort of set you guys out as different from the.
No, it's just because I thought it looked cool when I made the page in high school. But ironically enough, we've tried to change it to make it easier to tag. There is now a Bible prayer group out of Hawaii that has Red Light Angels, so we can't change it right now. We've hit them up a couple times asking if they'd be cool letting us take that back, but That's ironically about the Christian thing right there.
Well, you Bible thumpers in Hawaii, these guys need you to respond. If you're watching this, it's definitely not a Christian band. So far as what we're able to determine, right?
I mean, we're not Christian in the sense of Christianity, but we definitely are in the positive way of
Sure.
Everyone's a freak. Let's be freaks together and
Hell
supporting
yeah.
each other with that.
Definitely. Very cool. All right. So let me get my balance. And if you guys could describe, this is a rather weird question, and I'm going to take full responsibility of this. If you guys could describe Red Light Angels as a mythical creature, what would it be and why?
Adam?
Adam, do you have something?
Come on, Adam.
Come on,
You haven't said a word yet.
I know.
Okay, so there's this thing called a chimera.
Okay.
I think it's out of Greek mythology. It's got I think it's a lion's head, a dragon's body, like a griffin tail. I think there's part rooster in there. In all the, I've seen it kind of imagined for a couple different video games and whatever. And when you see it, an artist representation of it, it always manages to look super badass by the end. But when you're describing it to people like I'm doing, it sounds really random and kind of dumb looking. And not that we're dumb looking, but it's a lot of very different influences that kind of come together. Joel's the rooster. So it's it's one of the wildest monsters out there. A hydra. That's just a water snake with a bunch of heads. We need to be more extreme than that. All the different influences we can just throw in a pot.
Yeah,
Well,
whatever you said.
Chimera. So, and that's funny because out of the first mythological creatures that I could have just thought up in my own head, I mean, the Chimera has so many different elements incorporated in its making that I felt like that was a really cool comparison that you gave there, Vic, because you have so much going on. For people who haven't listened to Red Light Angels, they've got this 70s rock with this 80s glam with this just all kinds of cool elements involved with it, just fantastic elements and stuff combined that I have to agree a Chimera would totally fit that description.
Well,
So
we got Adam's got he's like the prog shred master. Joel's a little bit more classic Detroit, rock and roll. I tend to the Iron Maiden, Rush. Again, I'm the one who knows about mythology.
sure.
So it all comes together in a cool way.
Sure. And just so that way everybody who's watching this knows, I mean, Bob Crisp here on the drums. Adam, you play guitar, right?
Yeah.
And Vic, you are the bassist.
Slap at the bass.
You're slapping the thick strings. And Joel over here makes a fool of himself as the front man.
Yep. Dance around and look crazy.
Very cool. So next question I've got for you guys, if as far as touring goes, for national acts, what band would you guys like to see Red Light Angels go on tour with?
I've been saying it for years. Alice Cooper is my number one forever.
Alice Cooper,
But I'm sure.
direct support.
Yeah, Alice or his equally kick-ass kind of sub-band Beasto Blanco featuring his bass player and daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally would love Iron Maiden. Anyone else favorites?
Come on, Adam. You haven't said a word yet. Come on,
I'm
Adam.
with you guys. Same thing. It's exactly
Alice
the same
Cooper and Iron Maiden.
Anything shock rock.
Anything shock rock. Manson?
I would love to do Manson. I don't know how they feel about that, but
Big stage is big stage.
Big stage is a big stage.
said.
We would love to see you guys on a stage like that. And we would love to know that, as individuals, we obviously know that, based on your Facebook pages and social media sites, what are some of your musical influences in terms of what kind of bands and stuff you draw influence from? But individually, we would like to know, what are some of your biggest influences, both musically and off the stage. We'll start with Joel.
musically and off the stage, okay? I mean, obviously, I got the Detroit thing, so Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, any of that, Guns N' Roses. But I'm a huge musical theater fan. 100% have always been in the musical theater, and I love old horror movies, black and white. Give me Bela Lugosi,
Yeah.
Vincent Price.
Yeah, sure.
100%. That's where most of my inspiration comes from for the writing and the theatrics and all that.
Fantastic.
So I mentioned Iron Maiden already, and I think other than that, I'd have to say Geezer Butler's a big one. Also Geddy Lee of Rush.
Sure.
A lot of bass lines that really are either walking in the bluesy sense or walking in the classical sense. I'm kind of a closet classical nerd to an extent. I got a Bach tattoo on my arm. But I love that sort of
As in Johann Sebastian Bach.
Yes, not as in Johann Sebastian, not as in Sebastian Bach.
Not as in Skid Row.
No,
Props
I like him too. But
Props to him though.
yeah, just that really the bass that moves like pretty much every measure really pulls you along in that gut feeling kind of sense.
Sure.
So yeah, just something more than just playing root, fifth. Root. Now, gotta keep it interesting.
Okay, very cool.
Adam's gonna speak.
Oh my gosh!
For guitar influences, I'd say probably number one would be Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin.
Man, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, and then another one would be Jake E. Lee from Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, I think we were all at that concert before we even knew each other.
Yeah.
So we were all, because he came and played here in 2013.
Jake did?
2014. Yeah.
Nice. Where was that show at? Do you
Basement
remember?
East, I think.
Basement
Yeah,
East.
At the Basement East?
It was
Yeah.
one of the
Jake
first
E.
shows
Lee.
there.
Yeah.
Jake E. Lee. Hold on. I gotta wrap my mind around this. Jake E. Lee played at the Basement East. Do you guys even know who Jake E. Lee is? And he played at the Basement East, and you were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a great
Fantastic.
concert. Yeah. And then other influences, I guess, would be like Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, Joe Satriani.
Wow.
And then I guess like for production stuff, like Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, that type of stuff.
Terrific. Before we get to Bob here, I definitely want to hear some of your influences. Do you guys work and produce and record all of your stuff independently? Do you have any producers and stuff that you work with, or?
Or you got this. You're the producer.
I did production for the album of the band.
Awesome.
But I do stuff. You guys haven't really done anything outside of Red Light, right? No. Yeah. I just kind of do my own stuff, and I did production for the band. I produced the record and
the EP.
Yep, the EP.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Whiskey Kills.
Whiskey Kills. You are the master behind this whole thing. So very cool. Awesome. So everybody out there that wants to listen to Whiskey Kills is available on
everywhere.
iTunes,
iTunes.
Spotify, Bandcamp, everything.
Christian Mingle.
This is the guy.
And FarmersOnly.com. The song Rock and Roll Little Thing as well.
Very cool. Bob, we would love to hear your influences.
Oh boy, it's a lot.
Is that cool?
I'll try to make it short. One of my first influences was actually Buddy Rich. And,
Wow, that's old
and
school.
I actually did meet him when I was 18 years old, so there's a long story on that one, but I did get a lesson from him and all kinds of cool things.
You got a lesson from Buddy Rich?
I did.
Hold on.
And I'll play this kid too, so that was a lot of
This
fun.
is crazy. This guy right here got a lesson from Buddy Rich.
Right.
So just wrap your minds around that.
But some of the other influences are Nico Boomer, McBrain, and Alex Van Halen. Let's see.
I got to meet Alex, Nico.
No,
I got to meet. Nico a few years back.
He gave me a drumstick through my brother out in Germany.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it was delivered to
He's a cool
personal
guy.
thing. Yeah, he really is a cool dude. So, but I have a lot of influences, everything from blues to the speed, on down, all different genres of stuff that I love. So I've got an extensive background in everything from orchestra to blues to jazz, all the way down the line. So enjoy all of it. Got a lot of influences though.
That's fantastic. And if you are watching this video and you're not, if you're from the Nashville area, I'm sure you know who Bob is. His kit is freaking insane, guys. And to watch him play, which hopefully you'll be getting a chance to watch soon. We're going to talk about that in just a moment with some upcoming shows that you guys have going on. Freaking an absolute treat to watch Bob on the kit. So, that being said, did you have anything else to add to that in terms of your influences, Bob?
Like I said, there's so many of them that I couldn't even actually state them all, but that's just a few of them right off the top of my
Ones
head.
that stand out. Yeah. Terrific. That is actually all I have in terms of questions for you guys. We would like to give you guys the opportunity to, plug some merch. If you have any merch that you have open, upcoming shows, and your social media, where can people find you? All that kind of fun stuff. So,
Yeah, we definitely are on many different social media sites. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Bandcamp, YouTube, on several different ones out there. And the music is just everywhere. iTunes, on Amazon, it's all over you can find it anywhere. So, but we do have stickers, the Stripe Army stickers, the Whiskey Kills, the buttons with pictures of us, and we also have personal pictures of the band as well that we have for sale as well too. I'm trying to
Somewhere around there.
yeah, here we
Personal
go.
pictures.
Yeah, here's one of them right there.
photography by
The photography is by Daryl Close.
Daryl Close.
Yeah,
So
he's-
we are very familiar with Daryl's work with Killing Grace and some of the other local bands in the
Right.
area. So fantastic work by Daryl.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes. Upcoming shows. Tell us about some upcoming shows you guys have got going
Oh
on.
boy.
Well, lucky for you, we have one on Friday, the 11th. It's going to be out here in Smyrna at, what's it called now, the Lone Wolf, formerly Shangri-La nightclub.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, this is. Tell us a little about this show. Some of the other.
Yeah.
Do you know the other bands that are playing with you guys that are you're sharing?
I know
stages
some of
with?
them. I know Conquer the Distance, Silent Monolith will be on there, Fate of Adam, a whole slew of them. There's like 10 bands or something. The show starts at 6, I believe.
On
It's 2 days.
And it's 2 days. It's Friday and Saturday. We're playing Friday night. There's even
Wow.
more killer bands Saturday night. It's for the lovely Shania Blake's birthday.
Terrific.
So we're just going to party it up for 2 days, so you should definitely be there.
nice.
And then we got another one coming up. You want to talk about?
Yeah, we have another one up at Revelry on September 23rd with Chris Bell.
Whoa.
Yes, and that's
Some rock and roll royalty there.
Yeah.
Chris
I'm
Bell.
really super excited about that show. And Susan, who is a friend of ours out of Huntsville, she's a big supporter through this scene and several other scenes, and that is her birthday. So that is going to be her birthday bash. That night.
Terrific.
So yeah, that's going to be a big show.
Besides Chris Bell, do you know? Is it just you and Chris Bell, or you guys?
Just us and Chris Bell. We did have another person, another band that was going to be lined up, but they ended up being another booking. So
Okay.
right now it's just us and Chris.
So that's going to be at Revelry
Revelry in Hendersonville.
Revelry in Hendersonville,
Yes.
Tennessee, on September 23rd,
September 23rd. Yes.
and then this Friday, August 11th, at the Lone Wolf,
Lone Wolf Saloon.
Right?
yeah, just off of Murfreesboro Road in Smyrna.
Terrific. So if you guys are watching this now, you want to come out and support Red Light Angels, definitely come out to Lone Wolf Saloon in Smyrna on Friday, August 11th, and catch them again in Hendersonville, Tennessee at Revelry
Right.
with Chris Bell.
And we will have T-shirts on Friday night as well.
Oh, so you can sport some Red Light Angels swag.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
$10 and you can walk away with a nice shirt.
$10 with a T-shirt. Do you guys
Right.
have any music out there that people can stream or download? Or,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we have the Whiskey Kills EP available now everywhere you download music. iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, Spotify. We have a couple songs up on YouTube that you can check out if you don't feel like giving us your money, which is fine.
these guys are very generous, by the way.
Bandcamp, we're on there. I mean, if you listen to any Rock Rage radio or Metalhead radio,
Been on there.
we get played on there a couple times every now and then, every couple months, every couple weeks. You know, we're on there. You'll catch us. You'll hear us. Whiskey Kills, the single. We've done some stuff with Poison Tree Records out of Nashville. We were on a compilation album, the This Is Rock album, with some other killer bands. Our single This Is Love is on there. That's also available anywhere you buy music. So
Also been playing in the strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, and highlight of my musical career, we have officially made it as a rock band. We had Rock and Roll Little Thing, one of our songs, played at Deja Vu Strip Club in Nashville.
Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Officially made it.
So if you're out there getting your, getting that sort of thing going on here, you've probably heard these guys, and if you haven't, you need to recommend them to your DJ. What about 102.9 The Buzz, our local rock radio station here in Nashville? Do you guys have some rotation on there? Or?
Yeah, I'm getting with Andy here soon. We are actually going to be interviewed before the September 23rd show. And we've got some things that I'm working with 102.9 about our music as well.
Fantastic.
So I can't say yet, but yeah, it's going to be coming.
You just have to keep your eyes peeled with Red Light Angels. Find them on Facebook. What other social media sites do you guys?
Instagram, YouTube,
where else? Bandcamp, yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah. Just check
All
us
right,
out.
guys.
Check us out. Check us out.
Check these guys out and find them this weekend, Friday night, in the Lone Wolf Saloon here in Smyrna, Tennessee. They're going to be performing at Shania's birthday bash, and again on September 23rd at Revelry in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Once again, this has been the Murfreesboro Music Scene with Red Light Angels. Thank you guys
Thank you too, man.
so
Thank
much
you so
for
much.
joining us today. Good luck with all your endeavors. We'll look forward to seeing you at our next live show.
Ah!